Hey, this is 2005 Cloud9, and I am coming to you with my VBAC story. It was requested, and I when I was in the hospital, I was kind of rushing it. But yeah, I showed you all the baby, or actually she's in the room watching the movie. I'm trying to keep her calm while I talk to you all right quick. But it's like almost 1 a.m. It might be 1 a.m. I haven't been keeping track. Like, I sleep whenever, and I, I just pretty much do mommy stuff. I stay at home, mom for anybody who hasn't been watching. I stay at home, I work at home, I own my own business, and I also work for the school board. I guess you could say that. I don't know. I'm a teacher. I'm a substitute teacher. That means they call me if I want to go in, I go in. But my husband has been taking on more hours, so I barely see him. Well, I see him, but it's like he be so tired that he doesn't want to do anything. So yeah, I be feeling like my life is so lame because I never get to do anything. But we'll talk about that another time. Let's talk about this VBAC. Okay, in my hospital experience, the VBAC I was so scared because they was making it seem like I was gonna die. Like, kept saying, "You sure you wanna do this?" And my doctor told me that I could do it. So that's why when I went to the hospital, I was like, I could do this. But I heard one person told me they didn't like that doctor. And plus he told me, well, he allowed his nurse to tell me that my baby was a boy. And I had a baby shower, got all this boy stuff, and didn't have anything just the baby in. But luckily, when I did my hospital bag, I packed yellow onesie just in case. And that's what she wore. But she didn't really have to wear anything because, the hospital provides them with their stuff. Yeah. So I was in so much pain. It was not funny. Like, I was going to tell them do not give me any medicine at all whatsoever, but I could not bear the pain. And since I had planned to push the baby out, I said I'm gonna take the drugs. But the pain was horrible. But I waited until I could no longer bear it. Like when the pain struck me, it was like I couldn't even think. But I noticed something weird because one time I had a contraction and my best friend was there. And it was like when I first got in the hospital and they make you wait in this area with other people in these separate rooms with the curtains or whatever. I don't know. Every hospital is different, but she was there and she made a joke, and when I had the contraction, I laughed and it didn't hurt. Like, it really did until I stopped laughing, then I felt it. And I was like, y'all need to keep making me laugh. But I noticed that's distraction. So if you are planning to have a bag or you planning to deliver natural, make sure you supportive people there who gonna make you laugh and stuff. If you're a person who don't want nobody, you want people to be quiet when you having contraction, you can do that too. Because at some points I was like, please be quiet, I'm having a contraction. Please don't touch me. Please don't touch me. Like, I didn't want nobody to touch me while having a contraction. There was times when the nurse had to touch me while having a contraction, and I hated it. I just wanted to choke that lady. But she was so sweet. Like, y'all just don't know. I'm so embarrassed to even say what actually happened when the baby came out. But based on how I'm laughing, you already know. So you might as well put the comments down there. But yeah, that happened, and it happened to my mother too. But when I pushed the baby, I kind of had like a little tear, and they stitched me up. And I, when they stitch you up, you feel like a tug, but it doesn't hurt because you just like push the baby out. So it's kind of like nothing. Pushed like a watermelon. I don't know how big everybody's baby's gonna be if you're pregnant and you're watching this. But that was so crazy. I wanted to do it again because it was like the best hospital experience ever. I got to choose my own meal. Well, one time. Well, they mostly had me eating soup, and I hated it. Oh God, it was torture. I thought I was gonna die. I wanted to call my mom and be like, "Can you bring me some food, real food?" They had me eating soup, but I know, like in other cultures, you have to do that after childbirth. So yeah, I respected that. Maybe that's like a cleansing, and your body is kind of maneuver itself back. Um, what else? Well, let me tell you what crazy happened. So my doctor comes in my room when they had me in the delivery room, but it was like huge, and then they moved me into like a smaller room, but it was private, and I still liked it because it was my room. But anyway, my doctor walked in. He knocked. I was in the bathroom, and he didn't say anything. He just came in. So I came out the bathroom, and I'm looking around the corner because I didn't hear anybody say bye or nothing. And I see this guy standing over my baby, rubbing her head all slow, and I'm looking like, this guy is nuts. Like, he's creepy. And I just was like, looking at him like, hi. This, like, if I tell you my experience being his patient, y'all will be like, he is a rude doctor. Because you have to speak to him first. It's not like, hi, how are you doing today? It's he come in looking at his little clipboard, and he'll look up. He'll probably say like a slick joke that you won't get, only a doctor probably get, and he'll some joke that's not really funny. That I don't know. When you're pregnant, you be in your mood sometimes, and you don't want to be there having some man looking at your stuff that you not married to. Don't know from anything. So yeah, I didn't like. Yeah, so okay, I'm currently pregnant now, and I don't want to go back to the doctor. I told the nurse that, well, they said they was gonna call me, and that was like when I was 8 weeks or something, and now I'm 20 weeks, and I still haven't been to the doctor. So I know some of y'all like, shame on you. You should have been to the doctor. But believe me, I'm gonna be to the doctor before I turn 28 weeks. Because I know I gotta get shots again. I hate that part. I'm dreading it. I hate needles. Like, I really hate them. But I don't want to go. I don't, guys. Help me. I wish a doctor could come to my house or something. But then again, they'll probably have to check me down there. I don't want nobody to look down there. I just feel so uncomfortable. Like, I just rather my husband be the only one who does that stuff in me. And something I don't even want him to look down there. But yeah, this is very uncomfortable for me. That's a long story why. But yeah, I gotta do my childhood. But I don't like that. It's just ew. And okay, so my hospital experience was beautiful. Like, the nurse always came in there, do you need anything? But sometimes they'll forget what I need, so I had to keep reminding them. But I understand I'm not the only one on the floor. They have other people to take care of. So I had to be more patient. But yeah, those cramps kill you after, like, your uterus is like shrinking back to normal size. So it's like you still have pain, and it's like, oh my God, where our bodies, we are women, where our bodies are created to endure all this pain, yet we don't like this pain. Like, I know some women who never had children, and when they have period, they act like they're gonna die. Like, if they're in school, they won't go to class that day. It's like horrible. Like, they're not their normal self. I'm trying to see if the only thing I remember super bad that I couldn't really shower because of the fact that, well, the shower was dirty. Like, it had someone's hair and it wasn't mine. Because I walked in the room, like, it looked clean from far away, but when you, like, look, I examined it. And I had shower shoes, but I didn't want to shower, and that means they didn't clean it right. And the cleaning lady came, like, the day that I was supposed to leave, and I'm looking like, really? Where were you, like, before? Like, or during the whole stay? Like, it should have been clean. That's disgusting. Like, But yeah, I remember sleeping a lot. I know with my C-section, I slept so much. Like, the nurse had to wake me up to make me move, because they said that you have to circulate the blood because you had surgery, so your whole, from the waist down, you're like numb. So yeah, I couldn't feel anything. I was so miserable. I was like depressed, but I wasn't like crying. And I had to share a room with someone, and she was like crying, and it was so annoying. And she had her baby, and my baby was in ICU, so that was just making me so depressed because I wanted my daughter, my first child, to be with me. So my second child, she was in the room with me. That's what made my dad. It was nothing that could make me sad, but the worst thing I think was my husband wasn't there. He came like up and on, but he'll take over the TV in my room and change the channel to something he would like, and that used to make me sad. Cause I thought, you come to the hospital to visit your wife, she's supposed to talk to her, and I just get like a kiss on the lip and bye, I gotta go to work, something crazy. But my mom was there, and she came and she stayed a little bit. And she actually slept a little bit. My best friend came, and she slept too. Both of us slept next to each other. Slept in the chair next to me. But I thought that was sweet, because she is like one of those people that you gotta scream and tug to get the attention. Like, she was so busy her last year. What's that? That was not senior year. That was after we graduated. Yeah, that was the fall. We graduated in the spring. So we got our bachelor's degree. She's now working on her master's. But I wish I could. But unfortunately, I am pregnant. And, well, Cassidy was planned. So I already had planned that I wasn't going back to school. But I kind of want to go. But I can't. So the hospital thing was good. I remember always getting a bunch of pillows. They made sure I was comfortable. They did. I didn't like that it was cold. So if you go into the hospital, make sure you got your own blanket. Well, the first day, just make sure you have like an extra bag in your car, and then have like your husband or best friend or whoever to bring it up to you, like after your delivery. Because it's unnecessary to bring like a whole bunch of stuff. Like, really, you're not going to use all that stuff. Like, some stuff they give you like these panties. They're weird. They're like netting. I don't know. They're weird. They're horrible. But yeah, bring your own underwear. At least you could throw those away. They're disgusting. You leak a lot, so you may need if you like, you can't wear tampons. No, they don't play that, because you like already wide, but it really ain't gonna be holding anything. But you're gonna need some pads, some good ones. They give you ones, but they're like cheap and you still be like leaking. It's disgusting. But you could bring your own pads. You could use those. They give you some to take home. I don't know. Everybody hospital is different because I had one of my first child in Miami, and they pretty much were inpatient. A lot of people had C-sections that day, and well, this one I had Tallahassee, and they didn't rush me. They didn't rush me at all. They was like, they just kept checking on me, see if I would dilate. They was not rushing me, and I was moving, so I was calm. But if you are pregnant, you're in your 9th month, please do a lot of walking, a lot of movement, so that your baby can move on its own, like, because you don't want to be in the hospital and they say, oh, you have to have a C-section because the baby's not positioned right, and yeah, you don't want that. That's like so scary. I didn't realize how scary it was the first time because I didn't know much about C-section, but now that I know, I was like, oh, why wasn't I scared? But I just wanted the baby out of me. I was just tired of being pregnant. Like, y'all don't know how. I was huge. I was so much water weight. And when, like 6 weeks after I had her, people was like, you're so skinny. Oh my God, what happened to you? Yes, it was all water weight because I really wasn't, like, eating bad stuff. Like, the weight that I have now is not because of no pregnancy. It's because of me. Because after I had my child, I just kept eating like I was pregnant. And it stayed on me. Yeah. I just remember, like, my husband's graduation picture. I was huge. And I had the baby in my arm. But, of course, people going to think that that's because of the baby. It's not because of the baby. I was small after the baby. I wish I could post a picture on here, but it's on Facebook. I think that's all I want to say. If you have any questions, I could make another video. Last time I made a VBAC video, but it was in the hospital, and I didn't really go into detail. But I hope that was good for you. Someone asked me, or a few of you all asked me some questions. I wrote it down, and I wrote down the answers, but then I don't know what I did with it. So if you would like for me to make another video, I could do that for you. Okay, I have to go so I can check on the baby. I'll talk to you all later. Bye bye.